Hello, this is Scott Bennett, and I'm going to be talking about the Shawl story we read, and specifically why they do not keep the clothing of the deceased. First of all, I need to point out this amazing video I read. I will have it as a link in my reply that I leave. Should be like right under this video. It goes much more into details about all this and more. It's about 22 minutes long. It saved my bacon for this assignment. But the first thing that we need to know is that they believe that there is that we all have a positive connection to the dead, and that is the past. That is one of the big things about them. The reason why they give away clothing and don't keep it is that basically that this is for an avoidance of accepting loss. Basically, if you hold on to their clothing, keeping their room the exact same, etc., it's going to be harder for someone to move on. And finally, that handling items as a way to grieve, like personally holding on to something that they once had, can actively ruin what positive things were with them. For example, I have a pet dog. She passed away a few years ago, and I kept her little jackets that we kept, and it kind of hurts to look at now. And I love that dog. But let's focus about the shawl. In our reading of the shawl, the shawl itself is a perfect thing that symbolizes this idea of their tradition. After the sister dies, the brother goes into this shell shock depression, and the shawl gets passed on to him, who becomes the father of the narrator. And this is trauma being built up from in the family and starting to pass down. As we see, the father can't just because of this depressive mind state just abuses his kids. There's no better way to put it. And along with that, it's also a with a time frame of the story, it symbolizes the injustice from the U.S. government. Many of these issues that arrived in the story only happened because the U.S. government, with its injustice. Along with that, the shawl symbolizes change for the father in the end. When it is focused on in the story at the beginning and at the end, the father has a change. Firstly, he is goes from this happy boy to depressed, shell-shocked, trying to understand. And it never really leaves him until it comes back up in his life with his son. And he gives it away. The his child, the narrator, ends up taking the shawl from him. He might throw it away in the end, I believe, but it still passes on from him. And he ends up recovering in life. He finds a lady, as they put it. And that is a quick and rough explanation of it. I hope you enjoyed.